Now, the Wheel of the Year interests me. I like working with the seasons. I like working with what's happening with the energy of each day. And I do work with the Wheel of the Year as a structure. Do you think it needs to be flexible given changing of seasons? And how do you approach that?
Resounding yes, absolutely. I think that, if we think about the evolution of the Wheel of the Year as it's gone so far, we've got, a bunch of ancient Celtic festivals that were celebrated in the British Isles, kind of brought together with some other festivals. I always think about the story I was told, and everyone has a different sort of beginning story, but the story I was told was that, Gerald, Gardner and Ross Nichols, we've got Wicca and we've got pagan druidry coming together and bringing their halves of the Wheel of the Year. So, we have the druids celebrating the equinoxes and the solstices, and the witches doing the other festivals. Can never remember if they're cross quarter days or quarter days, but the other ones.
Those other ones.
Beltane.
It all fits together.
And then they bring it together and it fits together and it works beautifully. So we've got this kind of funny mixture, haven't we, of ancient and modern. One of the questions my partner and I often scratch our heads over is, what's wrong with new? Why do we anchor after the ancient? And I think there are ancient aspects to what we do with the Wheel of the Year. However, I don't think for a minute that what Gerald Gardner was doing when he kind of came up with ideas around Wicca was creating something that had to be practiced in the same way every year for all eternity. He was creating a system that was inspired by ancient ideas and was infinitely flexible to the modern world. So it seems crazy to me that if I have a student who is in say, just out of the top of my head, if I have a student who's in Australia, why would they be celebrating the coming of the whitethorn at Beltane? Or, it just doesn't work, does it? It doesn't work at all. And I think that if we are, the beauty of modern paganisms as a kind of a play park, if you like, is that we can adapt and change and grow and work in ways that work for us. And I think that the Wheel of the Year, having it cast in stone, it will kill it dead within, 50 paces. And really what we need to be doing is always adapting to where we are in the world and what's happening around us. So the question I always ask my students is, what's happening in nature where you are at every turn of the wheel? Because I was doing a class on Imbolc a couple of weeks ago, and one of my students in the class said, I'm in Miami. Then, Wim got snowdrops, and so I said to her, okay, tell me what's happening where you are. And she said, oh well, we've had the winter with the air conditioning off, so I've been able to have the windows open and the sea breezes. And now the mango trees are starting to flower. And I said, that's what you need to be looking at then. Those are the aspects, great. We've got this moment before the hot season hits you that, it's a very similar thing in a way that we're in the British Isles, we're celebrating the promise of spring. You are in any other place as well. It's just what you're seeing will be different.
Yeah.
So
I think some people do struggle. I'm talking to people in America that are still under 6 foot of snow. So even if there were snowdrops, you wouldn't be able to see them. So it has to adapt, doesn't it? And our seasons change as well. And my garden's completely confused.
Yeah.
Mother Nature's definitely drunk. I think it's
yeah.
But I like that it's the pushing people to use the wheel as a prompt to connect with what's outside.
Absolutely.
I think that's the important part.
Absolutely. It's the questions we ask ourselves. And I think those are the bits that if it makes you just, the way I always describe the Wheel of the Year to people that haven't done it before is it's just an opportunity every 6 weeks to pause from the craziness and have a look outside, what's going outside, what's going on out in your garden or the park or the, wherever you are, what's going on outside in nature.
I think that's important for witchcraft too, isn't it? For me, it's all about connection. It's energy. We work with energy, and it's all about being connected to that energy.
Yeah, definitely.